Okay, good morning everyone. Let's just start with this alarm here. Okay, first of all, before I start this podcast, I need to do a disclaimer. This podcast is not meant for kid content, so if you are under 13, please leave this podcast now. Okay, this is Karl F. Rose recording on Monday, November 25th, 2019, and this is a very serious podcast. I normally do sports reviews, sport events. There are certain words that I can no longer use, but I had to get the disclaimer out of the way. This is just a really messed up system, and I have to do these things so I don't get a $42,350 fine for not complying. And again, I will keep saying this throughout the podcast that this is not suitable for anyone 13 and under. These rules are very vague. It's affecting all kinds of channels. I even do videos on cats. And as it stands right now, I have to rethink. I can't even do a video on my cat. And I've got all kinds of stuff I've got all kinds of special effects stuff that will be amazing. I am 61. I am disabled. I am retired. And I am now, because of these rules, I am now experiencing massive chest pains. I'm not calling my doctor. If I drop dead, I drop dead. My health went down the drain because of this. This is really unfair. I am not monetized on YouTube. There is no way that I can afford a fine from the FTC, because they can also, here's another thing, creators out there, if you're listening to this, if you get slapped with this fine, not only do you have the fine, then they can freeze your bank account, they can freeze your, they can garnish your wages if you're working elsewhere. All your income from YouTube and whatever else will be frozen. You will have no money. And for me, if they freeze my Social Security money, which is the only money I really get, that means I would be homeless. And then with the number of medications I take for all the ailments I have, give me about a week, and that would be about all that I have left to live, and I would die within a week. This is serious, folks. I don't like doing these kind of podcasts, these kind of videos, but the Federal Trade Commission has forced it upon us, and I am going to do another video. Many of you are not old enough to remember. I believe it was in the 1980s, but I'm going to put together something. I'm contacting some other people later during the day when I'm doing my other stuff, via private messages and stuff. But what I'm going to work on is, what I would like to see is every single YouTuber, big, small, any niche, whatever. We need to be united as one. We need to stand up together. We need to say, we are the creators, and we need to see a rollback on the 2013, where all this thing came in. See, the FTC changes and revises things like every 6 years or so. So yeah, the last one was 2013. Now we got this going. And then, of course, everyone knows about the $750 million settlement It wasn't a fine, it was a settlement. A lot of people are getting that mixed up. I've been poring over attorney. I spend 5 to 6 hours a night. My day starts at 5 a.m. and I have been up till about 1 a.m. because doing my other stuff and then poring over attorney stuff. I'm spending 5 to 6 hours a night just devouring attorney stuff. I'm not an attorney, and this is not any kind of legal advice. I'm going to discuss a few things that maybe you want to look into, but again, it's not legal advice, and I'm not telling you whether to do this or not do this, but I'm going to share with you what I am going to do moving forward. And those disclaimers were part of it, but there's other things, and I just found out TubeBuddy, that's why they were down yesterday. They implemented a really good tool to self-check your channel so you don't get dinged by the FTC, because you're not going to be told by YouTube, or if they do, you can't find it and you won't know, and the next thing you know, you're going to be hit by the FTC and you're going to get the $42,350 fine for every video. 24 videos, 24 violations. I just reached my 800. I've just reached my 800 upload yesterday, and 24 violations will be $1 million in fines. Who can afford that? Not even PewDiePie. I just subscribed to his channel today. Even he was complaining about that, and he's making quite a bit of money, but still, $1 million in fines? Give me a break. We need to be, obviously I'm upset, but we need to go about this in a calm, cool, and collective way. But I mean, these outrageously ridiculous fines are very unacceptable. And going back to what I'm proposing, what I'm going to be doing probably, I'm not uploading any video tomorrow, but I will probably upload Wednesday, the day before, and I'm going to propose something. Again, let me go back to there was a bunch of musicians got together in the 80s, and the song was titled "We Are the World," and they all came together from all different, you had country singers, you had pop singers, you had hip hop, hard rock, all of them, everyone. They banded together all their different niches, and it's one of the greatest collaborations of all time. I'm going to call it, it was a good song, but I'm calling it a collaboration. I really don't remember what it was, but I think it had to do with the environment and that sort of thing. But this is what I'm getting at. I'm proposing something when it comes to this COPPA thing, that all YouTubers. I'm also going to the media. There are people I know. I've got acquaintances, contacts from Los Angeles. I'm here in Pennsylvania. But I have ways of contacting media sources from Los Angeles to New York. And trust me, if I have my way, I'm going to have this on local broadcast as much as often from coast to coast. Because that's what we need to do. This thing is ridiculous. There's about the problem is like 4 little advocacy. Say that fast. Groups that are trying to protect the children. Now, part of this is the collection of information that we have as creators have no control over. YouTube can put in an age gate and do this and have mixed age crowd content, but they didn't do that. This is on us, but we can get out of that by getting the approval from the parent and from the parent of the child. and it's really technical. It's really legal. I can't even explain it. And again, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving legal advice. I can't. I'm not licensed to. And even if I was licensed to, I would not on this platform be able to give legal advice. It's for entertainment purposes and informational purposes only, and I've got to throw in all these disclaimers because otherwise, if I don't, I am subject to that $42,350 fine. And someone who's on Social Security disability, and you can look up the average amounts, and you'll find out just how little I make. And anyway, what I'm getting at is we need to get together as creators, and I mean like just everybody on the platform. Just a little clip here. Have an introduction by one of the top people. I'll give a shout out to him, Daryl Eves. He is the go-to guy on this sort of thing. He's having to talk to his attorneys. Anyway, this is not what, my Monday morning podcasts are mainly about a commentary about yesterday's game. Buffalo won, but I had to do this because this is so important, and we need to get the ball rolling because YouTube terms of service are going to go into effect December 10th. 2019, and then all these COPPA things with the FTC, those go into effect January 1st. You're going to see a big flush of channels and stuff, and I'm expecting because on my channel, a lot of people are going to notice a big giant when channels are started to be deleted, which will happen either by channels just quitting because they're so scared, or by the YouTube and the FTC sweep removing channels. I'm expecting about a 50% drop off. I'm at 797 subscribers right now. I figure after January 1st, I'm going to be down to about 300 or 400, maybe even less, because of all this. This is going to affect everybody. So we need to take action, and we need to make our voices heard. We need to make this loud and clear, and we need to be professional about it, and we need to let the FTC and YouTube know that these rules and regulations are not protecting the children at all. In fact, they're doing just the opposite. They will not be protecting the children. But I am all in favor. I mean, it's absolutely unnecessary for advertising and stuff to collect information from children who are 12 years old or under 13. There's no need for that. Because there are a lot of weirdos and creeps out there. So the kids do need to be protected, but the way it's being done, the way they're going about it is not. It's just, and there's a few senators, and I am going to call my senator's office and talk about this and explain my situation, that I'm just a retired guy. I like to do cat videos. I like to do nature videos. I like to do sports commentary, and all this is up in the air, and I'm liable to get a $42,000 fine. And basically, and with the elections coming up, contact your local congressman, contact your local senator. This is what we need to do. And again, I'm going to end on my disclaimer. This podcast and all my previous podcasts and all my future podcasts, they are not kid content. And I wanted to get that out. So we will talk to you next time, but I'm going to go with this again. Okay, And I hope you all got the message, and let's get this ball rolling, and we will talk to you next time. Hopefully I have a much more upbeat and positive podcast on the next one, but I had to get this out. This was just too important. If I won't be doing a podcast before Thursday, so have a safe and happy holiday, everyone. Enjoy your food and all that. And if you're drinking, please get a designated driver, and please don't drink and drive. Please, please. Just use some common sense. And I will talk to you next week.